Everybody, Transformers Lover 217 here. My name is Prime. I come today with a robot replica review of Revenge of the Fallen Bumblebee. Now the robot replica line was basically a non-transformable figures that just look amazingly detailed and just are very posable. My thoughts on them. I like the robot replicas. I think they're pretty cool. I always did like the non-transforming robot, the Transformers. Because they were just really, really show accurate. That were posable. So robot replicas are pretty good for me. Not saying I don't like the transformable Transformers, but alright, so I'm going to be highlighting the posability and the colors and stuff like that. So for posability of this guy, it's pretty nice. Arm can go 360. Elbows on a ball joint. Go in and out at the elbow. So, you know the drill. Same thing with this arm. Good arm. And, head can go 360. Even the torso's on ball joints. So, wait, let me show you a look. See, there's the actual torso, but it's at the fake torso, as I guess it would be, is on a ball joint, so it's, makes it even more posable, I guess. The, waist is on a ball joint, so it can go 360. And the legs are not on a ball joint, but they are on some kind of joint. The legs don't move too much from side to side on this. You really gotta play around with it. This one a little bit more, since it, I don't know why, but it looks like it's out more. That joint more? I don't know. You look at his face. On his head there. There's already an Autobot symbol right there, or insignia. But they just put a red blotch on his head. To make it look like he has an Autobot symbol up there, or insignia. Because, he has one in the movie. So, I guess that's pretty cool, It's not really good of a paint job, but, So yeah, so the legs will go 360. Bends at the knee. And the foot is on a ball joint, so it's a little bit of pivot. So you can get a good pose in. I don't know, whatever kind of pose you can get them into. They're just really good for posing and just stuff like that. My thoughts on the first one. I think it is better than this one, since it actually has an interchangeable arm. This one doesn't. looks like it was a little bit more posable. I think they focus more on the robot replicas on the first movie than this one, since they have so much more coming out for this new movie. So let me read you the bio of him. Oh, this is the packaging. Front of it. So the box art is pretty nice. They're also availables. So we got Skids, Jetfire, Megatron. And my belief is that if you get more of these, you can, you know, interchange the parts and make them go weird. I don't know, I'm not sure. So let's get to that bio. Though Bumblebee has lived and thought alongside his fellow Autobots for millions of years, his best friends are humans. He loves everything about Earth and the humans with whom he shares it. From the music to the television and even the strange landscapes, he will fight to protect the Earth and its inhabitants to the very last pulse of energy in his body. So, let me give him a good comparison to the preview Bumblebee. It is smaller than the Bumblebee. Bumblebee smaller than Bumblebee. But, you know, if you're just looking for a non-transformable, posable, movie accurate Transformer pickup, I recommend them to you. But if you're just mainly, you know, sticking to the Transformer ones, I don't recommend them. But then again, if you are someone who is a completist freak, you know, like me, you know, pick them up. And if you're not, oh well. One more thing, I have some time left. My thoughts on, you know, you probably thought my fourth review was gonna be this guy. Well, it's not, because, well, I just, you know, I don't have the editing software to edit parts out that I don't need for a 10-minute under 10-minute video for this guy. I mean, he, you know, there's just so much going on. It just takes a while for him to be, you know, transformed. At least in the truck mode. But my thoughts on him, you know, I really like him. You know, he's like he's like a transformable robot replica. I mean, he's just so movie accurate and just very posable, just very nice. But like I said, there's just so much just going on for the transformation. It just takes so long, and my camera just is not the greatest camera ever. So, like I said, my thoughts on him, you know, I just really like him. You know, I give him a 10 out of 10. You know, even has Peter Cullen's voice on it.
I am Optimus Prime.
What sounds like it, at least. So, but thank you for listening to my rant, my reviews. And, subscribe. And, subscribe to my friend Yadzilla Factor 7. And, subscribe to all my other subscribers. And that's a wrap.